When I shoot video, I have a couple of choices: go on location someplace interesting, or shoot in front of an old bed sheet in a corner of the studio. I'd like to have a decent studio, but this is a hobby and I have what I have. One thing I can do to be creative is to make the best of what I have. I thought about making light boxes, but they take up quite a bit of room and they have to be rigged for each shot. The lights that I use are pretty low tech, and I think I paid $10 a piece for them at Lowe's, but they do the job and the clamps let me mount them to almost anything. I need a way to get even lighting on the chroma key backdrop that is slightly dimmer than the lighting on the talent in my videos. To me, it seems that a simple dimmer circuit would work nicely for this, but I don't have a bunch of money to drop on a professional light controller, so I went to Lowe's and picked up 15 amp 125 volt wall receptacle, a half-inch cord connector, a half-inch lock nut, a handy box 2-gang half-inch, an unbreakable switch plate, 8 foot of 16 gauge replacement power cable, 600 watt rotary dimmer switch. The total project cost was $24.96, which fits my budget nicely. The first step to building the controller is to knock out one of the half-inch slugs to open up a hole for the power cord in the handy box. You can use a hammer and a punch to break the slug out, but a lot of people use a screwdriver. If you stab your hand with the screwdriver, it's your own dang fault. I suggested you use a punch. Fit the half-inch cord connector over the end of the cord and remove some of the insulation from the end. Then pass the cord through the hole we just made when we knocked out the slug. Don't forget to slip the lock nuts over the top of the cord, or you won't be able to do it later once you've hooked the wires up. One leg of the cord will attach to one of the black wires on the dimmer switch with a wire nut. Attach the other leg of the cord to one side of the receptacle. Attach the remaining black wire to the opposite side of the receptacle. Mount the receptacle and dimmer into the handy box, making sure that no wires are touching anything that they shouldn't touch. Attach the wall plate to the switch and outlet, then add the dimmer knob of your choice to the switch. They usually come with a couple colors, so pick the color you like. Hey, we have a dimmer switch for chroma key lighting. The first test is always the scariest. Plug the unit in and watch for smoke or arcing. Everything looks good here, so let's plug in the light and have a test. As you turn the lights down, you're actually changing the color temperature, which may or may not be a bad thing, depending on what you're up to. For me, it works fine, but then my needs are pretty simple. There you go, a simple light controller for less than $25. It should work reasonably well for you, and you can build it yourself. Have fun.